Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Geek Perspective Movie Review Podcast. Today we have episode 48, Zombieland 2 Double Tap. So how's it going, boys?
Very good, very good. What's going on, Derek?
Surprisingly nice day today.
It is a very nice day.
Yesterday was gorgeous.
Yes.
After the rain.
Yes. So you guys staying safe in these trying times?
Hell no. I'm going out and causing all the trouble I can. No, I had to go to the store today, but doing that 6 feet distance.
Yeah.
But I washed my hands every 5 minutes too. Working in the medical field, we're always washing our hands. So
yeah,
wash your hand. You can't wash your hands enough. Put it like that.
Exactly. How about you, Derek? Staying safe out there?
Trying, just staying in the car.
There you go. Yeah, it's same here. I know all three of us. We are considered essential workers in out there, so we are all expected to be at work every day. That may change for myself at some point. I don't know, but at the same point, I hope everybody out there is staying safe. Like Roy said, wash your hands. These are very trying times. Help each other. Stay home if you can. And seriously, don't hoard, but stock up. Make sure you got enough stuff just in case something bad happens, but don't hoard.
You don't need 45,000 rolls of toilet paper.
No. There's actually a guy did the math and stuff, just on a case that they sell at Costco. And it's like, a lady went in and bought 4 cases. And basically at that rate, if you were using, one piece as needed, it would be like 45 poops a day if you were to use as much as she did. So there's no need to hoard, guys. There's stuff out there. Get what you need and just don't, and just be nice to each other. But on that note, let's get into some good stuff here. So this week we're talking Zombieland 2.
What a great movie it was.
So you wanna give your say a little before we get into it, Roy? Or
it was the best movie I ever seen in my life. It was pretty amazing. No, I actually didn't watch the movie because I had some technical issues that I couldn't overcome. So unfortunately, I didn't watch it. So these two schmucks are going to be giving the review. And I'm going to be a nuisance and make weird comments. So go ahead, Tom.
You were able to see it, right, Derek?
I was able to watch it, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So Zombieland 2 Double Tap. It's written by Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and David Callahan. And it was directed by Ruben Fleischer. It was produced by Gavin Poland, with the production companies being Columbia Pictures, 2.0 Entertainment, and Pariah. It was distributed by Sony's Pictures Releasing. Music was done by David Sardi. The cinematography was done by Chung Hoon. Edited by Dirk Westervelt. So that's primarily the people on the technical side. Now, it was released in the United States on October 18th, 2019 of last year. I actually originally did see it in the theaters. I don't know if you guys remember me when I did. I had sent you guys some text at the time. I saw it on the Monday after the opening weekend. So good. It's when I still had when Movie Pass was still a thing, and I was still able to go to 3 movies a month for not for the $7, but it's no longer a thing. So it had a runtime of 99 minutes, so really quick movie. I thought just about a perfect amount of time personally for the movie because of what it is. It's a zombie comedy movie. So you don't need some long sort of convoluted story or anything like that. So I thought it was a pretty much perfect runtime for it. So it was made on a budget. The budget to make the film was estimated to be between $42 and $48 million. And at the box office, it brought home a whopping 122.8 million. So it's pretty good. I mean, in this day and age, you guys know, in this day and age, I guess 122 really isn't that much. But based off the budget, that's a pretty good box office, I would say.
And also, it's a part 2 to a movie.
Yes, a sequel. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. A sequel, so that helps too.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good amount for a sequel.
Yeah, I would agree. And a sequel that came out 10 years later on top of that.
Yes,
it was 10 years between movies. That's kind of unheard of unless it's like a classic and then they butcher it with some sort of sequel when they do like a Wizard of, although I love Return to Oz, but you know what I mean? Along those lines where it's just not the same, you know, because it's done 40 years later or even 10 years, whatever it is. So the fact that it was, you know, done 10 years later, still tied in really well and did really well, it is impressive. It's very impressive. So the movie starred Woody Harrelson, one of my favorites, as Tallahassee. What do you guys think of Woody?
I love me some Woody.
Do you?
I love watching his movies.
What's that?
No, Woody Harrelson's a great actor.
I said I love watching his movies.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's great. I mean, like, I grew up on him with Cheers, a little before your time, Derek. But he is a fantastic Natural Born Killers. I mean, I don't think he's done it. I mean, Hunger Games. I don't think he's bad in anything. I don't think I've seen him bad. What was that? True Detective, the best season of True Detective too, with him and McConaughey. Oh my God, fantastic actor. Then we have the sort of polarizing Jesse Eisenberg as Columbus. What do y'all think of Jesse Eisenberg?
I'm not a big Jesse Eisenberg guy. I like him. I like him in this.
Yeah.
But I really haven't seen him in much other stuff.
He was in the Social Network, the Facebook movie there. It was a good movie. It was a good movie, and the way he played Zuckerberg was actually very good. But then I've seen some footage of him in interviews after that and recently. He actually acts kind of like the character he was playing of Mark Zuckerberg in real life. He had this one interview with this female, and you can see it. You guys should check it out. Do a Google search at some point. Everybody out there, all our viewers, Jesse Eisenberg, and how he is treating this woman that's interviewing him. He's acting just like the Mark Zuckerberg character. He's just nasty. He's just nasty. So, and people have seen that. So in recent years, he's become sort of a polarizing person because in movies, he comes across as this kind of geeky, lovable guy. You know what I mean? The all shucks, you know, the geeky guy that always ends up getting the good, you know, the very, very attractive girl and, you know, and stuff like that. And in real life, he's kind of a pompous ass. So then
was he in the Pineapple Express?
God, it's been a while since I watched that. That was Seth Rogen. No, that was Seth Rogen and James Franco. Unless he had a small part in it. He might have had a small part in it.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of something else then.
I mean, I'll have to look it up in a little bit. He's been in a lot of movies. So then we have another one of my favorite actors in the world, the ultra talented, very beautiful Emma Stone as Wichita. I think she's great. I think she's fantastic. What do y'all think of Emma?
Eric?
You guys keep lagging on my side.
Yeah, okay. Roy, what do you think of Emma Stone?
I like Emma Stone. I mean, what has she done recently besides this movie?
Oh, recent?
Yeah, she's been very quiet lately.
Yeah,
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 she's not right.
I mean, I know she's in stuff. Well, she did La La Land not too long ago, right? And all that. I mean,
That's true.
usually she does a lot of, because she's such a good actor. She does a lot of those films that are usually up for awards and stuff. So sometimes they don't have huge releases like this. You know what I mean? Because it's more like, she's in just really good movies. But you're right. I guess she hasn't been as prevalent as like she was right after Mean Girls. Like right after Mean Girls, she was everywhere. Super Bad, Mean Girls, all that. And she just blew up. But I think she's great.
First off, Tom, I am always right, and second, thank you.
So then we also have Abigail Breslin. I love she's great as Little Rock. It plays Emma Stone's sister, Little Rock. She's great. Then we have Rosario Dawson in this film as Nevada.
Love her.
Yeah, right. Love her.
Is awesome.
It looks like we lost Derek again. He'll pop in if he can, guys. We're just gonna keep rolling. Rosario Dawson, she's so good, and she is in it as Nevada. And then we have they're almost they're kind of like cameos. We have Luke Wilson as Albuquerque. There you go, Linda. Emma Stone is enjoying her money. Oh, we have some comments. Sorry, I've been
I got your back, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
Don't you worry about it, Tom. I got you, brother.
Thank you. All right, cool. All right, so we have Luke Wilson as Albuquerque, and he's kind of like a Tallahassee doppelganger. It's really funny, and we'll talk a little bit about it once we actually get into the review or into the movie. And then we have Thomas Middletich, another hilarious guy, as Flagstaff, and like Flagstaff, Arizona, and he is a doppelganger of Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg's character. And it's funny, he has his commandments. Like Jesse Eisenberg has his rule, what to do, his rules or whatever they're called. I think I have it in my notes later. He has his own sort of commandments that you have to follow in order to survive this apocalypse. It's really funny because they look similar. Luke looks similar to Woody, and Thomas Middletich looks similar to Jesse Eisenberg. It really funny. It's only maybe 5 minutes of the movie, but it's really funny. And then my favorite parts, we have it's a credit scene. In the credits, they roll, and then it pops up a little bit like midway through the credits. We have Bill Murray as himself. I love Bill Murray, along with Al Roker, Grace Randolph, Lila Estefan, and Josh Horowitz. It's a scene. It's like, Bill Murray's talking about the latest premiere of a new Garfield movie. And he has this little scene. I don't want to tell you too much because it's hilarious. And if you haven't seen this movie, make sure you watch through the credits, because the credit scene, people were wondering if Bill Murray was going to pop back up in the movie. He has this credit scene, and it's great. So, all right. So just a little bit about the film, and then we'll just get into it and move on. So, like we said earlier, the film it took 10 years for the sequel to come out. They knew right away that they wanted to do a sequel, but people were busy doing stuff. There was a lot going on.
So weren't the writers writing other projects or something?
Yes, exactly.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, the writers were in. I think the director was committed to another movie. Woody was committed to other movies and stuff like that. Everybody had other commitments. So essentially, it was they were hoping for like 2 or 3 years after the movie to do a sequel. That was the idea. You know what I mean? Just everybody get through their commitments, and then in 2 or 3 years. Woody Harrelson told Wernick that this was the first movie that he ever made that he wanted to do a sequel to. And to this day, I believe it's the only movie that he was. So I thought that was kind of cool. Woody Allen, the only movie he's ever wanted to. So originally, they started developing the sequel in 2009, and the idea was for it to be in 3D. So I thought that would have been really awesome, dude.
That's true. I heard that rumor. That
Yeah.
They want to do a 3D movie, and I'm like, a comedy in 3D, that would be different.
A zombie comedy in 3D.
Right.
That would be really cool, dude. Like,
They've never done a zombie movie in 3D, have they?
not to my knowledge. I mean, I'm sure, there's somebody would find one out there or something. But to my knowledge, I don't know of any 3D zombie movies.
I would have thought I would have seen it if they had it.
Yeah, me too. So I thought that was cool. So that was in 2009, but then in 2011 it was halted again. And then part of the reason it was halted because both Eisenberg and Harrelson, now that we were, as it was getting more years in between, they were worried about if it would still be relevant. You know what I mean with it, and if they could tie it in first of all, and then it would still be relevant in our society now. They were, there was kind of a thought that maybe we were getting away from the whole zombie craze. Nope. We know that not to be true. Obviously with all the zombie movies and shows that we have nowadays. So then it was halted again, and then finally, in 2016, Reese and Wernick got together to work on to really finalize the script, and they finished it in March of 17, just in time so that they could release it in 2019 for the 10-year anniversary. So pretty cool. And so I'll just go through this and then we'll just talk the movie and then we can go on. So
before you do, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click that little bell above here so you stay informed when all our new information and content comes out. You don't want to miss all our great stuff. And comment on this video. Let us know what you think. Back to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Roy. And check us out on all social media platforms too. So again, I said at the top, I was talking about the box office being 122.8 million. That was 73.1 million in the United States and 49 or US and Canada, and then 49.7 worldwide. So for its opening, it was projected to do anywhere from 25 to 30 million on its opening weekend. It made 26.8 the opening weekend, which right in that 25 to 30 million dollar range, and that put it in third place at the box office for that weekend, behind Maleficent and Joker. I haven't seen Maleficent, but Joker's a great film.
When this came out with the Joker, I was like, the Joker is going to kill this movie.
Yeah,
but it did pretty well.
It did well. Yeah, exactly. It did.
I'm very surprised how much money it made.
Yeah. So then it dropped 56% in its second weekend to only 11.8 million, but it still finished in fourth place. So pretty good considering. And then in its third weekend, it dropped to 7.4 million, finishing sixth. It has spawned some video games. There's a mobile game for PCs and computers called,
technical difficulties, Tom?
Yeah. Zombieland Double Tapper. That's what it's called for the PC. And then, what's that?
I just said to myself, Zombieland Double Tapper.
Yeah.
It's like a porn.
Yeah, it does sound. It does sound kind of weird. And then they also came out with a twin stick shooter called Zombieland Double Tap Road Trip, which I almost bought actually. It was made for Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. But the game got generally unfavorable reviews. And people didn't like the video game for the consoles. And I'll get to those. Couple fun facts about it. The Babylon Commune, which you don't know, Roy, but is located in Atlanta, near the Spaghetti Junction. It's abandoned hotel. It's a big part of the movie, right? And I thought this was cool. The director, Ruben Fleischer, would like to do a standalone movie about Madison, a new character that was introduced in this film, Roy. That's hilarious. It's really
That was
fun.
the love interest for what's his face, right?
Yeah, because they broke up, for that short amount of time. Yes, it was.
Oh, Tom, Linda has a comment for you.
Thanks, Linda.
Linda, you weirdo.
And
so cute.
Finally, the reception, and then I promise we will get into just talking the movie. The reception, Rotten Tomatoes, 68% or a 6.17 out of 10. Metacritic, 56 out of 100, which is mixed or average reviews. Cinema Score gave it a B+, which was down because the original was given an A-.
Really? Because I heard a lot of mixed reviews when this movie came out. Like, I heard, and we'll get into it more later. But yeah, I heard a lot of mixed things, which is why I was like, I'll see it later, because I was worried about this movie.
Yeah, well, I was actually surprised it was that high on Cinema Score, considering like Metacritic said it was mixed or average. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it, but I'm a fan of the genre. I'm a fan.
I'm sure I would have liked it too for that reason. I'm sure I would have liked it.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely would have.
Yeah.
You definitely would.
And I will see it still.
Yeah.
Bastard. Couldn't get it to work.
So another one, Post Track. I'm not too familiar with them. They gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then IndieWire only gave it a C+.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was.
Ouch.
Yeah. So again, though, getting back to what you were saying about hearing mixed things, you know what I mean? So it's yeah. So sorry, I've been looking at my notes. What's up with Derek?
Derek has the same issue he always has.
Yeah.
Everyone email Derek and tell him to buy a new freaking phone. He needs a new phone. His phone is overheating. That thing's going to explode one of these days.
Yeah. Yeah, because
phones shouldn't overheat.
No, not in 2020.
No, if they're overheating, there's a problem.
Yeah, and when you email them, also email them. Tell them to get a tablet or a computer.
Yeah, really. Phone, just buy a tablet. $100.
Especially in this uncertain times, get a computer.
I know he's gonna be a bored mother.
Yeah.
He has no computer, no tablet, just his phone that's catching on fire. I mean burning up rather.
Yep.
Anyway,
it's time.
Yes, it is.
All right. So now we'll just talk briefly about the movie. I'm not going to give away too much. I'm hoping
they all die at the end.
Yeah. I'm hoping Roy jumps in with some good questions, but I'm just going to give a general outline, and maybe we'll talk about a few just scenes that. Well, it's tough now because Derek's not in the show, so now I don't really have anything to bounce off of.
Nope.
So I'll keep this as painless as possible. So, guys, it's a sequel, obviously. It takes place. We're introduced back to. Give me 1 second here. I'm just pulling up those other notes here.
So did you guys actually watch this movie this week? Anybody that's watching our show? Anybody watch it that comment during the episode? Anybody?
Yeah, please. If you did, let us know because I'm really curious.
And also, next month we are doing a theme. If you guys have an actor, director, or a genre that you want us to cover for the whole month, and if you don't know what I mean like if you like sci-fi, we can do all sci-fi movies. If you like an actor, we could do Woody Harrelson movies. If you like Woody Harrelson, anybody you want. If there's somebody you guys want us to focus on specifically, the month of April is going to be a theme month. So let us know what you want to do.
Yeah, and if we get a lot of responses, we'll go with whatever's most popular, or I mean, if we don't get too many, then maybe yours gets picked, So it's
Derek's defending his phone, saying it only does it when it's recording. It's still a problem, Derek.
Yes, it's still an issue, and
Shouldn't be happening, my friend.
and we gotta if we're gonna continue to do it, we gotta figure something out, because we're probably gonna need to be working remotely and keeping our distance from each other for a little while here, until until stuff.
Well, if we get that $1,200, Derek has no excuse not to buy a tablet.
It's true. I mean, especially when you can get one for like,
$100
under $100 now.
Yeah,
I think you can set aside,
no, $300 or $400. You can get an iPad.
Yeah,
you can do everything on an iPad.
Yeah, you should. I mean, iPads are great. I mean, I don't use mine as much anymore. But they're great. I mean, I don't know what I'd do without it. You know what I mean?
If I didn't buy this last year for the show, I would be, if we get that money, it's if.
Yeah.
I would buy an iPad.
So how do you guys feel about that money, by the way? I mean,
well, it's great. It's going to be a one-time thing, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So it's good for 1 month or whatever people use it for. And then people are back in the shitter anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah. My 401k is I'm sick on how much I've lost out of my 401k. I mean, I lost over 10 grand in a week, and it's just getting worse. I am so glad we got to meet too, Linda. That was great. And
starting a love affair or something.
And then
separate these two.
And now Joe's the man too. Joe's the man too. But and we will do it again, Linda, once everything kind of gets back to normal. But you guys definitely stay safe with hunker down, and I'll
come over and bring some Corona.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think the checks are good. I was just curious as to people, because so many people are claim that the left are socialists, and then we're getting a cash infusion into our what I mean, we're helping out and doing socialist programs. So I was wondering how people felt about the cash. I think it's a great idea, but I mean, I laugh because I work with some guys that are all you liberals are socialists, and
well, it's the Republicans that came up with this.
I know. And they're like, well, it's different. They're trying to now like find any minute difference between giving a cash infusion to people like this, and socialism and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, dude. And honestly, if you're politicizing, I don't like anybody politicizing what's going on in the world right now. It is what it is. So anyway, back to the movie. So it's 10 years after the first film, and we are reintroduced to Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock, which is Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, and Abigail Breslin. And boy, it's funny, Abigail Breslin, it was 10 years ago. Abigail Breslin was young. She's a grown woman now.
All grown up, yeah.
It's funny. It's I mean, she's still got the same face. She's still got the, what I mean? She's still got, but she is all grown up. It's funny how much time in between.
Is the movie actually 10 years later also?
Pretty much, yeah. And so by this point, obviously, they were already, had been dealing with it in the first film, and, and they were good. So at this point, they're pretty much experts at living in the zombie apocalypse in this world. They, you know what I mean? They have it. Jesse Eisenberg still has his rules that he follows, and they're adapting. He's adapting them because zombies are adapting now. There's different types of zombies, because it's been 10 years and they're evolving into, there's different forms, and they have names for them and everything. And and Jesse Eisenberg and Emma Stone are still together. They're in this. They at the end they kind of like start whatever date. I guess you would call it dating in that world.
No kids.
10
years, no kids.
No, not at this point. No kids. I mean, but I mean, they were fairly young, when the first movie came out, and she has her sister. So, yeah, they don't really explain that. I mean, I guess they were practicing safe sex. Those lambskins stay good for a long time. So,
lambskins.
Lambskins. So anyway, they're going around, and whatever it is, they travel around. Essentially, Jesse Eisenberg just wants to find a home. That's what he wants. He wants to find a place where they can settle, because they've been together for 10 years, and they have to move around all the time. They're just constantly moving and stuff. So the idea is he just wants to find a place where he can call home, settle down. They can act as a family, because that's what you're starting to see. They're essentially a family by this point. It's it's Emma Stone and Jesse Eisenberg are the couple. Woody's the dad, and Abigail Breslin is the younger sister or daughter to Woody. And that they work like a familial unit. So yeah, they're just kind of looking for a home, and they start traveling. They make it to the White House, and Eisenberg thinks this is where they're gonna settle. This could be home. And at this point, this is Abigail Breslin. She feels like she's being treated like a child, so she takes off with a guy. Oh, nice. Derek just texted, if the Amazon tablet will suffice, he will get one. Is what Derek just said. Good.
Great, Derek.
Good. Hey, it's a step, man. It's a step. We're wearing them down here. So,
we're beating them to a pulp.
Yeah. So, she feels like she's being treated like a little girl. So she goes off with this guy, Berkeley, on her own. He's like a hippie stoner guy, just that cliche patchouli wearing hippies. And, she takes off, and then Emma takes off too, because she's, having second thoughts about the relationship, blah, blah, blah. So then obviously the separation, and like I said, I'm going to get real brief here, guys. It's now they get separated, and now they're going to need to find each other. So that's essentially the catalyst for the story. They're separated. They're separated. Eisenberg is Jesse Eisenberg's character. He's very sad about Emma Stone leaving. But he meets Madison. Madison. She was in a freezer at a Pinkberry. In a freezer, they find her. She's been basically living in a freezer for the whole 10 years of the apocalypse, just going out when necessary, but staying in the freezer because zombies don't like cold, apparently, is what she would say. And she's just this blonde, ditzy girl. She's great in it. And they hook up. Well, turns out Emma Stone comes back. And now, yeah. So now it's awkward and everything, but they got to go find Little Rock, Abigail Breslin. They got to go find her. So that's what ensues. It's all about getting to find her. So it's, them traveling. They have some issues. They have some issues with Madison. A really funny scene with Madison. Where they, I don't even want to really say it. And then they meet Nevada, Rosario Dawson, and then they have their scene. And I don't want to give away this scene at all, unless Derek is able to pop back in and we can talk about it. It's pretty brief, where Thomas Middleditch and Luke Wilson, they come in, and then their little cameo scene where they're the doppelgangers, Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg, and they have this hilarious scene at Nevada, where Nevada works, her sort of ranch type thing, and it's just hysterical. until they finally figure out where Little Rock Abigail Breslin is. She's at a commune called Babylon, at the commune called Babylon. So they find it, and it's a bunch of hippies at this Babylon doing stupid stuff that they should not be doing during a zombie apocalypse, like playing music loud and doing just crazy things because they think they're safe, which leads to the scenes, the big stuff that happens. And yeah, I'd probably go into more detail, guys. I apologize, but again, I don't really have anything to bounce off of Derek. I'm hoping.
And I haven't seen the show because I had some technical issues watching the movie.
Yeah,
so I can't really say much.
Understandable. So I'm going to kind of leave it there, but I want to either open it up if Derek wants to talk anything, or Roy, questions or whatever you want to know about the movie. Either one. Either one of you guys, if you want.
I really don't have many questions about it. You did a really good job describing it. Because see, any question I would have would give up spoilers.
Which I mean, that's up to you if you don't mind it being spoiled, because we can put spoilers across here. We can tell everybody to fast forward or not fast forward. Duh, that's stupid, Tom.
I don't care if there are spoilers.
But all right, so ask a question, and I will give it, and we'll just say spoiler at that point. Who
dies in the movie?
As far as main cast?
Yes. Why, someone else die?
Well,
come on, give the dirt, Tom.
Okay, spoilers ahead, guys. Spoilers. Spoilers. If it looks like Derek trying to come back.
He's trying to come back.
Hey, there he is. So we're saying, right. So we're saying spoilers, telling people to either, leave the room or whatever for the next 30 seconds. So none of the the four mains die there. And Madison does not either. But the doppelgangers, played by Luke Wilson and Thomas Middleditch, they die. So, yes.
I feel like all the doppelgangers usually have something bad happen to them in those kinds of movies.
Yes, yeah. It's always played for laughs, and usually they have an untimely demise. So yeah, so those are the two main death. I mean, other people die, because it's a zombie apocalypse. But as far as characters that you might be invested in, those are the two that die. Even Madison and Berkeley live.
So, Derek, what did you think of the movie?
Yeah, and what our favorite scene? Anything?
I did like when everybody finally got to the safe haven where they took away all the guns. Babylon.
Babylon.
They did have some nice kills.
Yeah.
We had a monster truck derby.
Yeah. Now, did you think that Woody was going to survive, or do you think, like, part of me thought that that might be the end of it, and that's how they were going to end the series? You know what I mean? Towards the end there.
Oh, when he was dangling.
Yes. Not so much when he was dangling, but when he was running, I was like, oh, I guess that's it. It was. What did you think?
I thought he was going to have his demise while he was hanging. Like, it was just going to be something stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what did you think of Madison, the actress there, or that character?
I'm not going to lie. I was hoping that he killed her.
Out in the woods. That was hilarious there. Her face is all messed up. That was
food allergy that makes you look like you're turning into a zombie.
Yeah, her peanut allergy. I thought she was hysterical. I thought she's a good actor. her. She made the most out of a pretty like not a small, but in comparison to the main, she did.
I'd say she worked her way up to a nice supporting character.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard. I did say that the director is interested in doing a standalone movie based on her. Just
and her time in the freezer.
Yeah, it would encompass some of the time, that 10 years in the freezer. So he's interested in doing a standalone. As of right now, there's no plans to do any more Zombielands. But I guess there is some, they wouldn't mind doing some offshoots, like standalone movies like that. So
I do like that they had the zombies evolve in the 10 years since the gap.
yes, yeah, you get the T-800s and the
The Homer.
Yeah, the Homer zombie. That's another great part. Just them breaking down the different types of zombies and stuff. And it's it was a really fun movie. It was a really, really, really fun movie.
Now, how would you compare it to the first movie?
It's tied, because I would say it's almost as good.
A tie.
I didn't say tied. I didn't say
this is a tie.
No, I said tough. I said it's tough because it's almost as good as the first movie, but when the first movie came out, zombies were still sort of a fresh thing, I mean, they'd been around for a while, but it was still fresh and within pop culture, and they hadn't really reached the height of their craze. And so the first one's definitely better, but it's, in my opinion, but they're both really good, is how I feel. What about you, Derek?
Yeah, I feel like had it come out like the 2 or 3 years that you were saying that they originally planned on having the gap, it probably would have worked a lot better.
Yeah.
But I still think it was really good, given that it's a sequel 10 years later.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's one of the more impressive parts, is that it still felt like a Zombieland. It felt like it belonged, even though it was 10 years later. I think that's pretty impressive to, 10 years in between a movie, and I felt like they could have been made back to back, honestly, the way they went together. Obviously, as far as actors aging, that is different. But as far as how the stories tie together, the lineage and everything like that, I thought it's pretty damn impressive that they were able to do it so well. So,
how was the acting in the movie? Was acting still up to par to the first one?
Oh, I did not think there was a weak actor. I can be sometimes pretty critical about acting, probably overly critical, of acting, and nothing stuck out to me. Everybody was fine, more than fine. Everybody was really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say the only obvious difference that you would notice would be Little Rock's grown
yes.
up. That's the only difference.
Yeah. All right. The big question here, the jokes. Because whenever you see a part 2 of a funny movie, I would say good portion of the time, the one-liners and the jokes just don't work. And this kind of movie, they have to work for the movie to be good.
Well,
I don't think they.
Go ahead, Derek.
I didn't think that the one-liners were as good as the first one, but they were still pretty good.
So they weren't just all flat.
I still laugh.
And yeah, okay.
No, see, for me, I thought it was kind of along what Derek is saying. You know what I mean? Maybe not as laugh out loud funny, but I thought it was fine because they also didn't try to rely on the same jokes too much. Like when they were, you know what I mean? They would reference it, but they would elaborate on those jokes to the point where it just felt new. You know what I mean? So there wasn't that reliance. It didn't feel rehashed in that sense to me. I thought they did a really good job of, making it for the times that we're in. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like this should have come out 10 years ago. You know what I mean? They didn't try to get the same laugh over and over again. They went in their own way.
A couple times Woody Harrelson said like the same thing, and Emma Stone's character told him that he needs a new catchphrase.
Yes, yeah, it was very. If they did reference like an older joke or redo it, it was kind of tongue in cheek. They did it in a really funny way. You know what I mean? To kind of they furthered everything. I will say.
Right,
yeah.
2 more questions, then we'll end it.
Yeah.
What about the story? You gotta have a good story. How was the story?
You know, it was fine for me. Could it have been more? Maybe it could have been a little more detailed, a little more intricate or whatever, but or layered, but it was fine. It made sense. It made complete sense, and it was the right story for the genre of being a zombie comedy, and it was the right length. You know, it zipped along. It just zipped along. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. It was good. It was fine for what it was. So, what about you, Derek?
Yeah, I like the story that they told. Like it was pretty much, 10 years later now, Little Rock wants to get out from everybody and experience the world herself, and then it was kind of that story.
Yeah.
And then it picked up when everyone was trying to get to Babylon to warn her or find her.
Exactly.
All right, here's my last question, and it's the biggest question of the day. It's gonna blow your minds. So buckle your seatbelt, Derek. Now,
No, it's not Kill of the Year.
the makeup, the special effects. How did the zombies look?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I had no issues. I thought it was fantastic. Even the slight differences between the different types of zombies, because like we've mentioned, they've evolved in different ways. You got the Homer versus the T-800, versus some of the ones that they introduced in the first. I thought it was great. Derek?
I thought they were good. I had no issues with them. Like they looked like what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. All right. So that was your last question, right, Rye?
My last question.
All right. So Derek, 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I'd give it a 7.5, mostly because of the gap, like the 10 years.
That's fair. Totally fair. I am going to go 8.5. Thought it was great. Loved it, made me laugh or anything. I guess the only thing for me, I don't mind longer movies. So for me, I could have watched another half hour, and maybe they could have, like I said, layered the story, made it a little deeper. But I mean, I'm picking nits. I'm being nitpicky, picking nits there. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah. So that is our review. So I forgot to mention at the top, but I think we've talked about it since. Derek is going to do an unboxing. So
come on, Derek, what you got? What you got?
Yeah, what you got, buddy?
Got a box.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It's not a lightsaber though.
No, it's
No,
not.
I don't think there's a lightsaber in here.
Tom's
It's
buying a
gonna be a
lightsaber.
pop. But
You're
what
both
kind of
gonna buy a
pop is it?
lightsaber.
You guys have any guesses?
It's a pop.
It's definitely a Funko, but
Yeah, ideas to what kind of pop?
anime. Yes. We just had some cons happen. Maybe a con exclusive.
Hold on,
You
Derek.
got a My Hero Academia pop.
Hold on, Derek.
There we go. Yeah, nice. What is the label sticker thing on the window there?
It says officially licensed product, Chalice Collectibles exclusive.
Oh, I bought from Chalice. I got a mystery box from them one time. Chalice Collectibles. Oh, they have their own exclusive, huh? That's awesome, dude. So
these are the series, but this is the only exclusive one.
Very cool. So My Hero Academia, is that a big character within that series, or?
He is this season. He actually had a really good story, and he ended up losing his quirk.
Oh man, can't lose your quirk.
Very cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. I wish we had more unboxings. I like unboxings. I like to see what people get, you know?
You're just nosy.
Yeah, well, my favorite unboxing was your lightsabers, man.
Well, yeah, everyone needs to buy a lightsaber. I'm telling you,
those were cool. I'm calming down on collectibles until we get past this. What's going on out there? So, I haven't really. Although I did right before this whole everything went to poop. I did
poop.
I did that virtual con that they did for ECC. I guess why not talk about this?
Yeah.
So ECC was canceled. Like everything's being canceled. Emerald City Comic Con was canceled. It's one of the largest in the world. It's probably the second biggest in the States behind behind San Diego. Maybe there's a couple bigger, but it's a big one. And they do a lot of exclusive Funkos and stuff for it. And they had to cancel. So what they did was a virtual con on the Funko pop-up shop website there, where they do their normal drops on like Wednesdays and sometimes Fridays. They'll do like each week they'll do like an exclusive drop. But on this one, they did it on the Friday that the con was supposed to be going on, where they made every exclusive available on the site, which is cool because some are shared. We've talked about shared retailers where it's shared between the con and a store like GameStop, which don't shop at GameStop, or Hot Topic and the con.
Why is that, Tom?
Because GameStop, during all this and with everything going on in the world, GameStop, first they told all their employees to if the police tried to shut them down because they were staying open even after states were ordering only essential businesses and essential workers are needed. They were told to tell cops if they tried to come and shut them that they were an essential business because they have some stuff for computers that would help kids with virtual learning. Stretch, yes. Because most of the stuff is made for consoles, some for, most of it's made, all of it's made pretty much for gaming. It's not really, yes, it can be used for other things, but the prime focus is gaming. But they tried to say that, their stuff, what they sell was essential. And they told their employees to tell that to the police. Well, then they got a lot of backlash because employees were talking about it. It made news, and also it came out that stores were running out of cleaning supplies, and employees were told to either bring stuff in from home, or they would get sent out and to go shopping from store to store to store to try to find cleaning supplies in order to clean the in there to avoid people getting sick, and which is just shady. If you don't have the cleaning stuff that's needed to deal with what's going on out there in the world, then you should not be open. So you got even more backlash over that. So then the next day they decide, we're going to close all the stores, and within those states that were under the order not to do it. And we're not going to pay any of our employees. After all that, making their employees go through all that, they decided, nope, we're just going to close and nobody's going to be taken care of. So I say GameStop right there.
How do you really feel, Tom?
It treat people like that with everything going on. So anyway, back to the virtual con, they released everything online. Even ones that were only exclusive to the con. Because some of those Funkos you can only get at the con. They're usually a small number. So anyway, I woke up that morning, I went on, and you got to be really quick because everybody's on there at the same time, and stuff sells out. Some stuff sells out in under a minute, and so it was funny. I had loaded up my cart, and it was like I said I had like one of almost each of the the Funkos, and I'm just like, no, this Tom, you really haven't been into Funko, blah blah blah. So I ended up just deleting everything out except I got the 2-pack from the movie The Grand Budapest Motel because I just love Wes Anderson films, and I got one of they have a ECC exclusive Batman in the vinyl sodas that that I've been doing the openings of those vinyl Funko soda ones. So I grabbed one of those, and that was it. And I'm glad I did because both those things sold out right away. So some of the other stuff that I had put in sold out, some didn't, and I'm not too worried about it, but I grabbed those too, and I'll do an unboxing for next episode. They should be here sometime next week, so do an unboxing on our next show.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
Keep people,
So if you guys
try
want
to get
anything, go ahead. What?
I was just saying, give people entertainment in these times. But go ahead.
I was gonna see what you guys watched this week. Anything good?
I've been busy, honestly, with work and everything, and being essential.
You work those crazy hours.
Yes, I do, and then with everything else going on, just trying, you know what I mean, trying to figure out everything. It's been tough, so I have not really watched too much this week.
What about you, Derek?
I binged Lock and Key.
Nice,
dude.
good show.
We should talk that sometime because we've all seen it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're good. Yeah, we'll have to talk that sometime. What about you, Roy? What have you been watching, bud?
Well, I watched one of the biggest shows on TV, The Walking Dead. I don't know how you guys didn't watch that.
I watched that. I mean, I did.
Great episode.
It's been very good. I can't. I've been down on it for a couple years now. I got to say, these ever since they come back from break, it's been pretty damn good.
It's weird.
The last episode, I did not see that coming.
I'm not.
I read the comics, so I knew that was coming. So
I'm not one to like be down on The Walking Dead. Like, I don't think it's been as good. But I'm like, well, it's been on for 10 years. You can't expect the show to be on that long and not have a lull.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Well, not only that, you're also killing off somebody in the main cast every season.
Yeah,
right. So it's like, it's like whatever. But this season, in my opinion, is probably one of the best seasons they've ever had.
It's very good.
It's really done well this year. It's almost like a revival, which is a damn good thing because supposedly the show's not ending anytime soon.
Yeah.
So if that's really true, they'll plan on going for a while. It better get better like it is so far. Now it's not over yet. They can still screw it up, but as of right now, it's looking pretty good.
Yes, I agree. Linda said, "I called Who Killed Alpha." Yeah, that's like I said, I had kind of known. I wasn't sure if they were going to change it, Linda.
Well, it's a week later, Linda. I don't think it really matters at this point.
Yeah, at this point. I had known.
You don't care.
Yeah. Because of the comic book, I had known what happens there, but they changed stuff from the comic to the thing, so I wasn't sure, but it was so perfect, and they changed a few slight details on how it happened and everything. From the comic, but how they kept the main idea, which I was glad because it was I thought it was pretty perfect and made sense. It made sense for everything. Yeah, I like you said, Roy. It has been kind of like a revival, which is good if they're not ending. And on top of that, the new spinoff there, World Beyond, has been postponed.
Because of the coronavirus?
Because of what is going on, it has been postponed. So even though it's I think it's all done filmed. You know what I mean? But they've been doing that a lot. Just like season 3 of Cobra Kai. I love that show on YouTube.
Wait, if it's done filming, why would they postpone it then?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it has to do with it. I don't know, because it was funny. I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about it, all these postponements of a bunch of shows and stuff like that, and everybody's asking the same thing. Well, why? It would do a crazy number right now. Everybody's home and stuff, but I don't know the exact reasoning behind it, but a lot of shows are doing it. Just
Are
like,
you sure they're done filming?
I'm pretty sure. I know with Cobra Kai, they're done. They pushed that back till September.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
A lot of shows are doing it. It's not just that Walking Dead. A lot of shows have put off. I mean, they even put off. They were going to premiere the Fear the Walking Dead, and they put off that of the new season. They were going to play it, back to back with on a Sunday or whatever with the Walking Dead. That idea's been postponed for a while. I don't know the reasoning.
They're not doing it because it has something to do with a virus and
could be
something because that'd be really stupid.
That would, but it's not just that show. Like I said, if it was that show,
that's why I wonder if there's stuff like you could be done filming and have to reshoot things. So I'm wondering if they're not really done. Because if you're done, there's no reason not to. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense.
But a lot of shows are doing it. It's not, like I said, you keep focusing on this show. It's not just this show.
Well, no, I'm talking about all the shows. How do we know that they don't have to reshoot stuff though?
Well, I know for a fact Cobra Kai didn't have to. I just read the article on Cobra Kai. It's been done. They've been done. Had that done filmed months ago. They haven't done any edits or anything. They were just waiting for it was supposed to premiere or is it either early next month, and that was it. I don't know the reasoning. I mean, I found it kind of odd too. Like I said, the podcast I've been listening to said, why? Because it would pop such a big number, because everybody's home. But
there's rumors they're going to start lowering the bit rates on all the internet.
Yeah, Netflix already started doing that.
So I wonder if it has something to do with that, maybe.
Yeah, Netflix already started doing that in Europe, and they have asked, especially for downloading, which I don't download. The only time I download from Netflix is if I'm going on a long flight,
Yeah, I would never download anything.
But they're asking people not to download in 4K, not to watch in 4K. If you can't, if there's a standard option, they're just asking. They don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know.
Just disable it. All you have to do is disable it, and then nobody can do it.
It's true.
I'm sure they can disable it. Just disable it. Be done with it.
I don't know. I'm sure they could, but I don't know anything about it. So I guess I'm not sure that they could.
We make stuff. They have to be able to.
I don't know.
Cut the wire.
Yeah.
Chop the wire in half. Fuck you, people. You ain't getting nothing.
Yeah.
What about you, Derek? What are you getting?
What is it?
What are you getting?
What am I getting?
Yep.
Hopefully a tablet.
I'm confused. Getting for what? Where? What do you mean? What is he getting?
Nothing. Just said it.
Okay.
He could be getting something.
He could be.
I'm sure he's getting something at some point.
True. I don't know.
Yeah. You guys gotta really catch up.
Yeah. I just don't. You just started. What are you getting? Out of nowhere, I was like, "What are we talking about?" All of a sudden, he's like, "What are you getting?" Getting? We were just talking about. I don't know. I don't know. Roy confuses us sometimes. Roy confuses us sometimes, guys.
That's my job.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna be the voice of craziness around here.
It's true.
Derek's the guy who phone's gonna explode one of these days.
It's true.
Tom's the guy that's in love with his Apple computer.
I'm not in love.
Crazy guy.
I just think that I think that you should get one, and both of you should get one.
I think the whole world should have one.
Yeah, I mean, like you know how nice it is for me every day, the day of a show. All right, what time you guys getting on? Okay, you know what I do? I walk over to my computer. I uncover the camera. I sit down, and all of a sudden, that's it. That's all I have to do. That's all you guys would have to do.
You don't shut off your computer?
What's that?
You don't shut off your computer?
Not every night, no.
Really? See, I would never leave my computer on.
No, not every night. No, it's actually not good to do that on to shut them down every night. Desktops.
Since when?
Since forever.
I have never heard that in my life.
I mean, then I don't know where you've been living, Roy, because that has been the case. Turning them on and off too much is bad for them.
What's going to happen? We lost it. Derek using that phone is bad for him.
Yes.
That's the worst thing.
Yes, it is. It is.
So what are you doing the rest of the weekend?
Tonight rented a movie, watched that later on. Just honestly, I mean, you know, I'm out every day with the work and all that stuff, and it's like I just kind of want to hunker down. You know what I mean? Like I
full of crap.
I believe you, Linda.
She's so full of it.
I believe, yeah. Yeah.
You can't play music in her own house. Don't listen to Linda, everybody.
Roy got super confrontational these past like 7 minutes into the last 7 minutes of the show. I flipped a switch. It's a very New England thing I've noticed too. My brother's like that. I work with guys like that. It's like a switch flips off and they just get super confrontational. And I thought it was a Rhode Island thing, but apparently it's like a New England thing because now I've noticed it at work with guys and stuff. So,
well, I have to do it to put people in their place because people have no idea what they're talking about.
That's the real Roy. I guess I'm starting to see that, Linda. I guess I'm starting to see that. His true colors come out.
Yep. Oh, that was a racial thing. That's how you are.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there. Oh, Derek.
Hey, Derek's back.
Okay, so I guess I have to pick up a Netflix movie to accommodate Roy's lack of watching. Yes, that is true, Derek. You need to pick a Netflix movie.
You can pick an Amazon movie.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. I mean, if it's on any of the platforms, Derek, you can pick it because we all have accounts, so we can always let each other. You know what I mean? I have Hulu. I don't have a problem. I'm giving you my password if it's on Hulu or Prime or something. We all have stuff, so especially with everything going on, we can be helping each other out. Oh, please, race card. Roy?
That's
okay, yeah.
George Shelby's mother.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Roy playing the race card. And then you know. And then we got Derek.
See, Tom, when you act crazy and cause trouble, everyone wants to chime in all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This is more conversation we've had in a month.
Yeah, it's great. Full Metal Alchemist, the live action. So is that what you're picking, Derek?
Oh God.
So that's next week, or is that what we're doing, or? I didn't know whose week it was to pick a movie, so I'm assuming that's the case.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. So we'll do Full Metal Alchemist. What is that on, Derek?
It's on Netflix.
It is on
it's
Netflix
all the time on freaking Netflix. Let's think of Derek. Him and his damn anime.
That's cool. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yes, and then it's on Netflix. So, all right, yeah. Well,
you gonna buy a tablet, Derek, and be able to be part of the show?
Once he gets his Trump check there, or whatever they're calling him now. You know, it's like I don't even know if I'm getting one because I mean, if you're still working, are you entitled to one?
Well, then that's the thing. They say like all Americans, but then some people say Americans that are affected with the coronavirus. Then some of them say some of them are either infected, they are impeded from not being able to work. So it's like, who is it for? Is it for everybody or not? So I don't know.
All right, so I'm trying to track what Derek's saying. Tablet won't come in. Tablet won't come in for 2 weeks, and I already for my tax refund. Okay, I'm Dracula 2000, Gerard Butler.
I remember that movie actually. That's a pretty good movie actually.
Yeah,
I like that.
I saw that. I don't really remember it though.
I think I liked it. I can't remember.
I'll have to check it out. Dracula 2000.
We'll have to review it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe I'll pick it.
Yeah, keep the suggestions coming, people. I mean, we'll talk about anything you want. It doesn't even have to be a movie. Talk about whatever you want. Whatever.
Talk about Derek not getting a tablet.
Yeah, whatever you want. We will talk about. That's the idea. Want to give you guys something to do.
So I watched Batwoman again on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The girl that plays Batwoman was driving me fucking up a wall.
Oh, Ruby Rose.
Man.
I know.
Like, her acting is just, oh my god.
It was funny because you were talking about her and you said that, and I was like, oh, I don't know who she is. And then I looked her up later that night, and I was like, oh my god, I did. I saw her in my girlfriend was a fan of Orange is the New Black, so she was in.
When she was announced for the show, you were like, oh, I know who that is.
It's well, it was funny when you brought it up last time. I said no, I didn't know her, and then later on that night is when I texted you and I said I did, and I told you the story. As far as Ruby Rose, and she was in Netflix. It was either last or second last season, maybe, and she played like an inmate that became a love interest of the main Piper, whatever, the main character, and yes, it is very cool, Derek. It is very cool. If you were still up on the screen, we would talk about it, but
the funny thing is, Derek has a camera that can videotape. So if he even bought a laptop, he can hook that up to his thing. He can have an incredible view of his room.
Nice.
Because he has a camera that has video on it.
Nice.
But we can't give it by a tablet, so
yeah.
Laptop's out of the question. We all know that.
Yeah, so then, but my impression of Ruby Rose was like same thing. It was like she wasn't necessarily bad in it, but it was clear that she was brought in because she was very pretty and she could pull off the short haircut and be in a woman's prison. It was very clear it was more about look than her acting chops. But she wasn't bad. I just didn't. There wasn't enough of her to make enough of her acting to make a. I
don't think it's her specific acting per se, but you know how when you watch these superhero movies, and they have to be all superhero-y, I call it. They have to like make that superhero statement.
Yeah.
She makes that statement. I don't know if she feels uncomfortable saying it or weird saying it, but it sounds awkward. Like when she says it's like, ew. That didn't sound too. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't sound right. Her saying it.
And is it partially the writing too? Is the writing bad? Or
I'm sure that's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the actors, I can't think of the actress's name. She plays her sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's the evil character on the show. Yeah. She's a really good actress. It's like man, how come you can pull it off? But I think being a bad guy might be a little easier though. I've actually heard actors say that. I don't know if it's true. You're an actor, you should know.
Well, I mean, when I think about it, I think it all depends on your personality. I always liked playing like a bad person or like, what is good and what is bad, really. But, what you would call a bad, I always found those fun because I felt they were very different from me, and that's what I liked about act. I like to do like I like to do different things, you know.
Right.
When I was act, and it didn't always work. Like when I was in college, I kind of got pigeonholed into just like comedy the whole time, and it was and that's what I was known as. And then I moved to Chicago. Nobody knew me as I was very serious. And I played, you know what I mean? I played, you know, husbands and wives, or drug addicts, or stuff like more serious roles. I didn't do much comedy, which was actually really refreshing to not do it. But then you kind of lose that muscle memory, and you know, and forget how to be funny on stage without being, you know, taking away from a production and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess it would depend, but for me, yeah, playing bad guys is more fun. You know, it definitely is for me.
I'd rather be a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, they say that about what? Professional wrestlers, right? They all like to be bad guys as opposed to
I just want to kill people in the most brutal way.
you know, over good guys in
When we make
professional.
our movie, we're gonna kill people horribly.
Yeah.
They'll be, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be bludgeoned to death. So yeah, you know what's being a movie? We're making a movie.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to, you know, next time I'm up there, I'll bring the movie that I was in. My part got cut way down. It's only me getting shot in the head now.
Yeah.
Where it was like, it was a couple days of filming, you know, and you know, I was, you know, the whole thing. We were driving around in cars and you know stuff, and you know, obviously, I mean, I still got paid really well because I got paid on the spot. So and everything, but and it happens in films. Once you get to the editing room, just more and more has to come out. You know what I mean? But I'm still in there for a couple, you know, a split second getting shot. All my lines were cut out of it and everything like that. But I'll bring it so you guys can
Cool.
watch
And
it.
what do you say about parts getting cut? You hear it all the time. Like you'll have a big budget film that, like Star Wars, everyone wants to be in it, and then all these big celebrities, you know, get these little cameo appearances in these movies, and then all of a sudden the movie comes out, they're not even in it. So even the big time celebrities get cut from the movies. Sometimes they don't need it, or it's just too long and they have to cut something somewhere, so they end up cutting that.
Yeah. Yeah, you do hear about that a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. I thought they just cut, you know, oh, he's a schmuck, let's cut that out. Nope.
No,
Big celebrities get cut out of movies sometimes if they have a small.
yeah, it's once you get to that editing room, you know, it's either you know, because then it's okay. This movie's got to be 90 minutes, so they got, you know what I mean, or it's like, oh, this really doesn't add to the story like we thought it did. You know what I mean? You know, we thought this was integral, or it's just like, yeah, they bring in this actor because it's a big actor, but then it's just like, oh, that part's just not necessary.
Visually, you know? Sometimes visually it just doesn't work.
So it does happen a lot because of, you know. Good point. Good point.
You know, that's how I roll, Tom. That's how I roll. All right. Any final questions for the people, Tom? Comments?
No, I mean, you know, just stay safe, guys. Don't go out unless
wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. You know,
don't pick your nose.
Be responsible. Help each other out. We're all going through this. Yeah, whatever it is. You know, whatever it is to get you through it. You know, do it, and just be kind to each other, guys. That's
bring up the hookah pipe.
Yeah, unprecedented times. Unprecedented times.
All right. It was a good show today, even though I couldn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I want to thank everybody for joining in today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Comment on this video. We're doing a big month of April. Actor, director, producer, anybody you want us to talk about for a month-long movie review, the specific category, let us know. For Tom, Derek, and myself, Have a geeky great day.
Thanks, guys.
Stay safe. And don't pick your nose.